Hi everyone, good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on wherever you are in the globe. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're here to talk about MEC. Probably you're going to be wondering what that is about, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. On the first place, my name's Chill, and I work at Tresipun, and among other roles, I am an MEC facilitator. So I'm together with you all the time while you are taking the program, and I will be communicating with you, helping, assisting, whatever you need. Okay. So, well, as you can see, there are many different points to go through today. There are 10 different items on our agenda. However, don't worry, it's going to be quite quickly, and it's going to be especially easy to understand. So that's the point. Divide it into subtopics to make it quite easy to understand, and that everyone is sure about what we're talking about. So let's start with, what is MEC? Have you ever heard this word before? So this means Moodle Educator Certification, or what is this? It is the same, the Moodle certification that Moodle offers, of course, for educators. Does that mean that it is only for educators? No, actually, it is addressed to anyone who's taking care of contents or curating contents. So instructional designers, course and content creators, managers, anyone who's in charge of creating any kind of content and has some expertise on it is able to be qualified as a Moodle educator certified. So let's talk a little bit about the context. I don't know if you've heard about Moodle Academy. Moodle Academy was born about a month ago, and on it you can find 5 different courses at the moment. Make the most of your Moodle forums is the first one that was available about 2 weeks ago, and now I believe it's assessment exploring assignments that's also available since September the 1st. However, you have to wait until September the 22nd for the webinar to continue the course. So you can start the course, but you're going to have to stop till this webinar takes place. The same is going to happen with the other 3 that are upcoming within the next month. Apart from Moodle Academy, this recent platform, we also have Learn Moodle. Probably you've already heard about it because it's quite, I'm not going to say old, but it's older than Moodle Academy. And in that platform, you can find Moodle Teaching Basics, Next Level, Admin Basics, and Plugin Development Basics as well. Apart from that, so apart from these courses that Moodle offers in English, together with Entornos Educativos, a partner from Argentina, we from Tresipun contributed to the translation of the course Básicos de Moodle, Moodle Basics, to Spanish. And this is a course that you can enroll completely for free. So just let us know if you want to join it, and we'll give you access to it. Let's talk now about MEC. So we've gone through all the different courses that we have available about Moodle. But MEC specifically helps us adapt or prove we are able to adapt courses to students. That we take into account accessibility, so all resources and any kind of content is taking inclusion, so all student needs into consideration, and adapting to different resolutions and connected speeds. MEC is available in English, Catalan, and Spanish at Tresipun. So you can take it in any of these 3 languages, and you can answer on any of these 3 languages as well. The program was designed for experienced teachers, but as mentioned before, it's not only for teachers or educators, but also managers, content course creators, instructional designers, anyone who curates content. and it covers the 22 competencies that are defined by the European Union in the DIC Compedo framework. I don't know if you know what DIC Compedo is, but it is a European framework created for the digital competence of educators. So it's something that that is actually quite relevant, and actually MEC is based on this framework. And finally, if you take MEC with us, with Trozipun, you're going to have the possibility to do some networking with other educators that are in the platform, because you do not only have access to the program, but you also have access to a course in which you can communicate with other Moodle users that are also taking the course, of course. Let's now talk a little bit about the program. MEC is divided into 6 different modules, and these 6 modules are professional engagement, digital resources, teaching and learning, assessment, empowering learners, and finally facilitating learners' digital competence. If we look a little bit deeper into that, you will see that the first 2 modules are focused on digital competencies, but also on subject-specific competencies. This means that we are not only focusing on the pedagogical needs that our resources need to include, but also digital competencies that, thanks to Moodle, we can offer within the platform. That part, or that first part, those 2 modules focus on the educator's professional competences. Later on, we have modules 3 and 4 that focus also on digital competencies and subject-specific competencies, but also on transversal competencies. And the main focus is on educators' pedagogic competences. And finally, we've got the 2 final modules that are focused on transversal competencies, so ICT competencies that you can gather through different courses, and also subject-specific competencies, of course. The focus of these two modules is the competencies that learners can gain. So going a little bit deeper into that, let's see what each of these modules contains. So the first one, professional engagement, is focused on organizational communication, on how we communicate as an organization with our students. Then how can we professionally collaborate with other professors, or with or without the organization. Also reflective practice, and also on the way we use digital CPDs. All right. Then we've got digital resources. Digital resources is not only about creating them, but also co-creating them. So we can create them for ourselves, or we can create it with someone else, or we can even reuse somebody else's content that's selecting. And we have to know also how to manage all this. We have to express all the time what kind of rights this content have. So is it our own? Is it somebody else's? Is it copyrighted? Is it a Creative Commons content? So what kind of content are we sharing, and which note, which message should we add together with that content to make sure that all rights are accomplished and that the content is safe and well informed. Then on the third module, based on teaching and learning, we will go through collaborative and self-regulated learning. So on different ways where the student can collaborate with other students, or how can they control their own learning at their own pace, or not only at their own pace, but also see what they can, so where am I, right? what's my current status in the course, how am I doing, how am I performing. Then it's also based on teaching, because when we have to decide how to teach. It's not only about creating the course. We have to decide, are we going to facilitate a course or not? If so, how are we going to do it? Is there going to be someone behind providing, I don't know, announcements through the news forum? Is there going to be any, I don't know, video conferencing system integrated with Moodle so that students can connect to, I don't know, once a week, something like that? And even if we decide that the course is not facilitated, we still have to provide guidance. Okay, we have to guide students, and guiding them doesn't mean to be there sharing messages all the time with them. It's also about guiding them through, I don't know, you do not have access to content in Module 2 until you get a specific grade or you complete all the content from Module 1. Or if you got a grade for a specific grade on an exercise, then you will have access to this or that. Okay, that's something we're going to see later on. So, of course, we have to create the content. We have to teach them, but we also have to assess them, right? So we have to establish an assessment strategy that has to work with both what Moodle offers and our course objectives. So we have to define the strategy, and we also have to analyze the evidence. We have ways to do it, and we have even ways for students to co-collaborate or provide feedback between them, for instance, by using forums or the workshop. And then we've got feedback and planning, and that's related to what I was mentioning before. So it's not only about saying you got 80% for grade, that's it. No, you got 80% because this or that. And because you got this 80%, you can now have access to extra content that will help you go deeper into this content or that content. Or if you got 40% and you failed, I'm going to give you some extra work, probably to go through the content again and see what's going on and how you can improve. All right. So that's not only about giving feedback, so you did this or that, this is your grade, and this was good, this was bad. It's also about what am I gonna do if you get this grade. That's what planning is about. You don't have to do it manually. You can do it manually if you want, actually, but you can do it through conditions. Okay, you can establish specific conditions. If you get that grade, then you will be able to see this content. But if you get this other grade, you're going to be able to see that other content, things like that. So it's important to be able to plan all this and to know how to manage it within Moodle. Then, of course, we have to keep our learners motivated. So that's also related to this planning I was mentioning. You are receiving this kind of resources instead of those because I'm making a difference with you. You're receiving a completely customized learning thanks to these conditions or according to your academic records. Okay, so they have to feel this is happening. You have to make sure they are aware of that. Also, we will never be sure if our students need any accessibility or inclusion, if they have any specific needs. Sometimes they will tell us, but that's not going to happen very often. So it is important that we take all this into account to make sure that we are aligned with the accessibility needs that at the moment, at least in the European Union and the United States, the governments have established. Okay, so we have to align to them. The platforms are aligned to these regulations, but our content should be aligned too. And of course, we have to engage learners. We have to feel that, or make them feel that what they are doing is useful. So Okay, I'm watching this video and that's it. No, that's not it. That's not it. I'm watching this video because afterwards I'm gonna be able to do this or do that. And this video is gonna be useful because I'm gonna be learning whatever, and it would help me develop this or that. So they have to feel that everything they do is for a reason. There's a purpose behind it. Okay, if we just place plenty of videos, they're not going to watch them. Or if you ask them to read 300 pages and afterwards they have to do some kind of resume or something, they're not going to do it. So do something that feels them or makes them feel valued, that they can interact with the platform, and that everything is for a purpose, that everything they do is useful for their learning. Okay. And finally, on the sixth module, we're going to see how to facilitate these digital competencies on learners. Okay, so it is important that they are informed and receive all kind of information regarding literacy. So how can they use resources? How may they use them? How may they create it? Okay. We also have to be there to solve problems. That's what I was mentioning before. So we can decide whether there's some facilitator or not. I will enroll you in that course, and it's about you. It's completely up to you that you complete it or not. I'm not going to be there, but somebody has to be there. At least some IT support or something. Somebody who helps you as a student solve any kind of problems. Hey, I cannot log in. Or hey, I'm trying to access this content and unfortunately I cannot find it anywhere, but our teacher told us it could be there. Or I'm trying to submit something and it says there's an error, whatever. We also have to teach or to share with our students how to use not only Moodle, but all the internet responsively. So they are responsible on whatever they do. And we have to make sure that we transfer like nice tips or good practices to them. So to finish with these 6 modules, the most important among any of them is communication. Because if I do not communicate with students properly, then none of the modules, so not only in module 6, none of the modules make sense, honestly. So it is extremely important that we communicate with them and we find the best way to do it through different channels the Moodle offers. Okay, we have forums, we have chats, we have video conferencing systems, we have private messaging. We may even, if students allowed us to do so, to send announcements that will be also sent to their email. So we can do a lot of, or we can communicate with them through many different channels, use them. Okay, and probably what works with one student will not work with another, or what works with a specific group of students will not work with others. So make sure that communication is always the one the student needs. Okay. That said, we have to say that MEC also offers rewards. So you will be taking 6 courses, and on each of these 6 courses, you're going to have to complete 2 challenges among other content that we will see later. And once you pass both challenges on each course, you're going to receive a badge. So once you receive the 6 badges corresponding to the 6 courses, if you decided to take the certificate, that's something that I'm going to talk about later, you're going to receive, Moodle is going to go through all your content, see if it makes sense, and then issue the certificate. Okay, so you have 2 different types of rewards, the badges and the certificate. So as mentioned, each course has different content. So as you can see, This is a screenshot on, because I cannot show much, this is a screenshot on how your dashboard would look like. As you will see, it looks a bit different than any other Moodle platform. That's because MEC is happening on a Moodle workplace platform. That's great because it's a platform that it's like an let's just to see it quickly, it's like an extension or an upgrade on Moodle, and you will be able to see a different platform. However, if you need any practice course because you do not have your own Moodle platform or to share anything you would like to share with us while developing the challenges, we will be providing a practice course on a regular Moodle platform. So in this Moodle Workplace platform, as you can see, you can organize your content into programs. That's why you have this MEC program with the 6 different courses in it. So once you enter one of these modules, you will see there are 5 different sections. The first one is an introduction. The second one is a previous self-evaluation. Let's be careful with that, because it's a self-evaluation in which you really need to prove your knowledge. So it doesn't mean that because it's self-evaluated, you can answer these questions quickly, because the answers of this evaluation are going to be taken into account and compared to the level of your challenges. And if they are not aligned, then you might not be issued the certificate. So it is important that the level of this self-evaluation is so that you take it responsibly, and that the level is the same as on the challenges that you can see appear on the fourth point. Then the third step is theory of the modules. So theory doesn't mean that you are going to learn, that you are not here to learn. Remember, MEC is to certify your knowledge because you have high expertise on creating content on Moodle. However, theory, just to name it somehow, is where you will find tips, tools that will help you develop properly the challenges that you are being asked to answer afterwards. Let me give you an example. So it's the beginning of the course. You want your students to introduce themselves. And of course, you will use a forum. But probably they're going to be using the forum already to ask questions throughout the course. So what we can do is to create a glossary in which they can introduce themselves. They can, share a song that other people have to guess, things like that. And they can answer. So for instance, let's say my entry would be my name and last name. Then I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to share a song. And then people can reply to this entry in the glossary by trying to guess the song. This is just an example, but as you can see, what we're gaining here is that students are not getting used to the use of forums, but also are learning how to use glossaries. So if later on I ask them to build a glossary in the course, they will already know how to do it. Okay. And I can make this introduce yourself compulsory activity, whatever. So it is important because remember that we are also working with transversal ICT competencies, okay? So that's what it is about how to innovate, to go further, and at the same time, take the most of the platform. Afterwards, thanks to this theory, you will be really inspired and you will be able to take these 2 challenges. And once you submit them, I'm going to be providing feedback. And after providing feedback, you have the chance to resubmit it twice. So that's great because if you're creating a brand new course and you want to receive some feedback on it, it's the first time maybe that you create something completely on your own because before you were co-creating or on a new field, wherever, or you want to try a new tool. So that's great because I'm going to be providing feedback. that will help you improve your real courses. So it's not something that you can make up. It's something that you can just use afterwards on your own experience. And once you've completed the challenges, you have the future steps. That's mainly feedback that we ask you to complete so that we can know a little bit about what you think about the module, and also if you want to share anything else. So that will be most of it. So now I've been talking a lot. So after all I have already told you, you can see MEC allows you to certify your knowledge to ensure the way to success, being able to prove it thanks to an official certificate that it is actually issued by Moodle. So that's quite a lot. And not only that, but you have to know that we will be with you all the time with instant feedback, communicating through different channels, as mentioned, depending on how you feel more comfortable. Also, you have 3 months to complete the program, but we can always discuss about special cases, okay? Especially now with the COVID situation, we are aware that sometimes you need some more time. You have 2 years, so Moodle gives you 2 years as a maximum to complete it. So if you need to pause your program for a while and continue it afterwards, just let us know. We will find a way, okay? And we can pause it, but just think that you have up to 2 years, even if you pause it, okay? And great news, because also if you enroll before September 30, you will receive a discount of 200 euros, which is the equivalent of the certificate that I was talking to you before, okay, that Moodle is issuing. And furthermore, if there were many people within the same organization who decided to enroll, you can also contact us and we will adjust a discount according to the number of participants who are willing to take the program in your institution. Okay, so just let us know, contact us, and we will discuss each specific case. Now, of course, you will be wondering, what do participants who took MEC with Trozipun think? So, well, I'm not gonna go through all of these comments, but feedback comments speak for themselves. So we are happy that the overall opinion from our participants is so positive. However, we continue to work hard to improve daily, and if you enrolled and took MEC with us, we would be very happy to receive any kind of feedback that you would like to share with us. Okay. And of course, before enrolling to MEC, I have plenty of questions. So what are the most asked questions that our leads normally ask about? Let's see. If I do not have enough experience to take the MEC, what should I do to achieve it? So, well, as mentioned before, there's Moodle Academy, there's Learn Moodle, there's Aprende Moodle, the course in Spanish that we offer for free. And also we offer a specific training that we can address to each of you according to the level that you have. Please note that there's a completely for free and pre-MEC placement test in which we can evaluate whether you're ready to take MEC or not. And from that point, we can analyze which previous training you should take. Okay. Then, do I have to pay for MEC through a unique payment? Well, actually, if you purchase it through our website, yes, there's a unique payment. But if you think that you cannot do it but in one payment and you prefer to do it in 2 different payments, what we offer is that you can contact us through the email that will appear at the end of this presentation or through the form in our website. And then we can offer you to pay in 2 different moments. The first one is at the moment you enroll, and the second payment would take place 1 month after you have started MEC. Okay. Then the next question says, will I receive a printed certificate once I complete the program? The answer is no. And that's so positive. That's so positive. Let me tell you, let me explain myself. I am a graphic designer. And if there's anything is that I can get a certificate with Photoshop anytime, any moment, right? So the good thing of not receiving this printed certificate but receiving a digital one is that it contains a unique code that allows to validate that this certificate is real, it is unique, that it has not been duplicated, okay? And that it belongs to the person it says on the certificate. So that's something really, really good of having it only on a digital format. The next question is, why do I have to pay for the MEC program and the certificate separately? Well, the certificate is actually optional, and that's because if you want the certificate, then somebody at Moodle will be taking care of reviewing all the work you have gone through. So everything I have been reviewing myself, it will be reviewed by somebody at Moodle. And that's why there's this 200 euros specific tax. Being a tax, it means that there's no VAT on it, okay? There's no, that's it. And then it says, what is the difference between other Moodle courses and MEC? Well, at the moment, MEC is the only that allows you to certify your knowledge. The other programs or the other courses help you learn, and even if they are for free, you also have to pay for the certificate if you want it. Okay, but except for the one in Spanish, Aprende Moodle, but all those courses that are taken on Moodle Academy or Moodle require that. Okay, and the next question is, will the certificate ever expire? The answer is no. You are not learning about a specific Moodle version. You are proving that you are able to combine the best of the Moodle platform, whatever version you're using, and the best or the needs of your pedagogical objectives to make sure that you align them and take the most of the platform. Then it says, is there any higher certificate I can obtain after MEC? No, there isn't. Okay, this is the highest certificate you can get as an educator. I must say that this is only for specific users, but I don't know if it's going to be coming soon or not, but there are going to be different certificates for other type of roles. I don't know. I'm not going to say soon, but it's going to happen. And the last question is, how can I enroll to the MEC program? Well, the answer is easy. You can just go into our website. I will share it afterwards with you and pay for the enrollment, or you can write to us by email or through the form on the website. And just to raise some conclusion, we offer you all the prior training you need to qualify for the MEC, as we mentioned before, as well as a free test to see if you have the necessary level. Once you are enrolled, one of our strengths is that you will have all the feedback and support you need through the channel you prefer to achieve accreditation of your skills within the whole program. Also, we offer discounts during certain periods of time so you can enjoy it with the best price. And remember that you have the certificate for free. It could be equivalent to 200 euros if you enroll before September the 30th. And once you are enrolled, we do an exhaustive follow-up, caring for our participants and being in constant contact with them. especially whenever we notice that they have not connected for a long time, okay, and then we try to adapt to their needs for each specific case. And finally, not everyone can opt to MEC. It is something quite exclusive that certifies the knowledge of those who truly have the skills to get the most out of Moodle, to satisfy at the same time the pedagogical needs established in their projects. So there's not much more to say. So, just to add that, don't think about it and enroll to the MEC program. You're gonna make a difference. So just go ahead and do it. That's it for today. Thank you for joining. I don't know if you have any questions. I'm checking the chat and there's no questions. So, well, I'm gonna give some time to see if anyone wants to ask anything. On the meanwhile, if you want to know more about it, as mentioned, you can go to tracyboon.com/MEC or just contact us by writing an email to training@tracyboon.com or even sending an email, using the form on our website. Okay, so still no questions? Well, so I believe we're gonna leave it here. Thank you for joining today. It's been a pleasure, and well, wishing you to see you as a facilitator in the MEC program. See you soon. Have a lovely day. Bye.